Okay, so we have the hardware components laid out on the desktop. I've already inserted the Raspberry Pi 2 inside the protective case, which also has a cooling fan, 5 volt. This is the Raspberry Pi 2, which has 4 USB ports, different from the Raspberry Pi 1, which only has 2, and there's a couple other different components inside. Our first step is to install the keyboard. The keyboard is a USB keyboard, and it goes in one of the front USB ports just like that. Next, we will install the other input device, which is a Logitech F310 gamepad, also USB. Slides in another USB port, like that. Next, we will install the monitor. The monitor is a HDMI port on the side here. My particular monitor is an older style. It has a DVI connector, so I was required to purchase a DVI to HDMI adapter, which I've already installed on the other end. That snaps in easily. Next, we have a Wi-Fi dongle, which I'm not going to use for this project. I've had issues with the drivers here. This is a generic Chinese dongle that just had some drivers issues with. So, in order to get around that, we're going to instead use this Cat5 Ethernet cable, which inserts in the front, like that. Now this will allow us to network the Raspberry Pi with my desktop computer, and allow us to download, transfer the game ROMs. Next is the 8 gigabyte memory card. The memory card slides in the bottom here. And just push it lightly till it clicks, like that. Now the memory card is preloaded with the RetroPie software and the game ROMs at this point. Finally, we have the power supply cable, which is a micro USB connection on the side next to the HDMI port. Now the Raspberry Pi does not have a dedicated power switch, so turning on the power is done by just plugging this USB connection. And when I do that, you'll see the system power up, and within a few seconds you'll see Raspbian load on the screen. It takes a few seconds. That is a dedicated or a customized splash screen that I've changed, called Arcade Station. And within 20 seconds or so, you'll see the emulation station will load, followed by the RetroPie menu. And as you can see, the gamepad has been detected here. I have some games loaded on here right now, not too many. Most of these are default, such as the MS-DOS games and Scum, I don't even know what that is, Infocom, Amiga. I went ahead and installed some Lynx games, some Intellivision games, some arcade games, Nintendo 64 and Nintendo here. When we first get on here, what we want to do is press the start menu here and go through a configuration menu here. This one is not, this one's, for the most part, these default settings are accurate, so I won't go through these at all. Let me just show you a game here. This is Nintendo. So I have a handful of games in here. This is Super Mario Brothers, which everyone's familiar with. Some of the names actually were typed a little odd in the ROMs, but I can change that later. I press A to launch it. Takes a few seconds, and the ROM should load really quickly, and there we have it.